Now we go to the classwork sums today of perimeter and area of plane figures. Very simple topic, very much more easier than your geometry and the proofs. So here in the first sum on page 146, which we are dealing with triangles now. First part of the chapter is triangles. Today we will look at triangles. Three sides of the triangle, that is A, B and C, are given. 13 centimeter, 5 centimeter and 12 centimeter. Now you are asked to find the height of the triangle with the longest side, that is 13 centimeter, as the base. So first, we don't have any height which is given to us. So first thing we need to do is find the area of this triangle using Heron's formula. That is, area of triangle is root of s into s minus a, s minus b, s minus c. So we have to use this Heron's formula and find the area of the triangle, and then we will use that same area because it is the same thing, same triangle. Whichever formula you use for area, you get the same answer. Using that area, whatever we find using Heron's formula, that will be equal to half base into height. And the base we will consider 13 centimeter as the base. So therefore the figure actually, if you are considering A as the base, so then this is A, then you can call this triangle as A, B and C. Because generally opposite to capital A you write small a, opposite to capital B you write small b, and opposite to capital C you write small c. Capital A is the vertex and small a is the opposite side to that vertex, that is denoted by small a. So in this case this is 13 centimeter, this B is 5 centimeter and this C is 12 centimeter. Opposite to vertex C is small c. So we first find semi-perimeter as a plus b plus c upon 2. So 12, that is 13 plus 5 plus 12 upon 2, or 30 by 2, that is 15 centimeter. So area of triangle 15 s minus a 15 minus 13, s minus b 15 minus 5 and s minus c 15 minus 12. So 15 into 2 into 10 into 3. 15 into 2 into 10 into 3, that is root of 900. So you will get as the area of the triangle you have got as root of 900, that is 30, but all the sides are given in centimeter, so area will be 30 centimeters squared. So now we have taken h as the height with BC, that is A, the longest side, as the base. So this 30 centimeter squared area is also half into base into height. You are taking the longest side as the base, so h is the height, so we get height is 60 upon 13. So in this question, the question says leave the answer in fraction. So this is the fraction 60 upon 13. Mixed fraction will be 4 8 by 13. And that is also in centimeter. Here also you should write centimeter. But let's say that the question did not ask you to find it in fraction, then you have to find the answer in decimals. If the question is telling fraction, you can leave it as 60 by 13 centimeter, which is the case in sum number 1 of classwork. But had it not been mentioned that leave it in fraction, then as per board rule, you have to find the answer correct up to 2 decimal places. So I have even shown the calculation there. It comes as 4.615. The third decimal place is 5, so we will round off the second decimal place. So we will add 1, so it becomes 4.62 centimeter. So this is required in usual cases. If it is not mentioned, then leave your answer in fraction. So we'll go on to the second sum now. Now second sum. In this sum, you are first of all given that the triangle is equilateral. So all three sides are equal and the area of the triangle is given 36 root 3 square centimeter. So when it is clearly mentioned the triangle is equilateral, we will use equilateral triangle area formula. So in this case, Equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 side squared. So root 3 by 4 side squared is 36 root 3. Now we have to be careful in the calculation. Now I have seen that some students, instead of cancelling common factors like this, first do 32 into root 3. Root 3 is 1.7. And then they do this and then they divide by that and they waste their time. Please don't do that. Please cancel common stuff. That is, you will cross multiply and leave only side squared on the left side. 36 root 3 into 4 upon root 3. Root 3 will get cancelled. 36 into 4 is, that also we need not calculate. Directly find the root. Root 36 is 6 and root 4 is 2. So it is 6 into 2, that is 12. So it is such a simple sum where you have absolutely no calculation. Usually in your February board papers, the calculations are like this. Extremely simple, no much calculation. It is not a test of calculations in the maths paper. It's a question of being smart and doing calculations right way. So side is 12, all three sides are 12 because it is equilateral. And perimeter is sum of all three sides. So you can even say 3 times 12 or 36 centimeter. That is the answer for the second sum. Very simple. Third sum, now you are given that area of isosceles triangle is 192 centimeter squared. Now isosceles triangle, you have done a whole deal of isosceles triangle proofs. So you know that isosceles triangle has two equal sides and one base. The unequal side is called the base and the opposite the base, that is the vertex angle. Now you also learned a property when I explained the start of this chapter, that in isosceles triangle and in equilateral triangle, the perpendicular from the vertex will bisect the base. So if you draw AM perpendicular to BC, then M will be midpoint of BC, which means since it is given the base is 24 centimeter, it would mean that BM is half of 24 or 12 centimeter. So area of the triangle 192 is half base 24 into height AM. So 192 is half into 24 into height. AM is the height. So we can find the height. It is 192 upon 12 or 16 centimeter. So AM is equal to 16 centimeter. That is the height. Now our question was not to find the height. They have again asked you the perimeter of this triangle. So by finding this height and by knowing the two sides, that is by knowing now that the height is 16 centimeter and this is 12 centimeter, and by knowing that perpendicular height is always perpendicular to base, so we know this is 90 degree, and in a right angle triangle the side opposite 90 degree, that is AB, is called the hypotenuse. This is hypotenuse. So from this you can find hypotenuse AB by using Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? You would have learned it in lower classes, but if you don't remember it and if you don't know it, AM squared plus BM squared is equal to AB squared. In a right angle triangle, in this AMB is right angle triangle and the right angle is angle AMB. So the side opposite the right angle, that is the side opposite 90 degree angle, that is side AB, will be the longest side. And your Pythagoras theorem is that the longest side, the whole squared, will be equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So that is what is written here, that AM squared plus BM squared is equal to AB squared. That is using Pythagoras theorem in triangle ABM. So therefore we can say that AM squared is 16 squared plus 12 squared is A squared. So you can write 16 squared plus 12 squared, under root of that will be AB. because to find AB, you have to take the root of both the sides. So root of AB squared will be AB, and this side I have taken the under root. So 256 plus 144 is 400. So AB is root of 400 and square root of 400 is 20. So you have 20 centimeter as side AB. Now this is isosceles triangle. So AB and AC are both same 20 centimeter. So since AB and AC are both 20 centimeter, therefore the sum of all the three sides AB, AC and BC together is the perimeter. So 20, 20 and 24. 64 centimeter is perimeter of triangle ABC. So we will go on to the sum number 4. Now in the question number 4, you are asked find the perimeter of an isosceles right-angled triangle whose area is 72 centimeter squared. So just one sentence, the question is, but you are told it is isosceles triangle, you are told it is right-angled isosceles triangle, and the area is 72 centimeters squared. So we are considering this triangle ABC. It is having 90-degree angle. Angle ABC is 90. AB is equal to BC, isosceles. So we are taking both those sides as x. And area of triangle ABC is 72 centimeter squared. So the area of this triangle is 72 centimeter squared. So area of this triangle is half base into height. Even if it is isosceles or any right angle triangle, area of any triangle is half base into height. So now if you consider BC as the base, then the perpendicular to BC, that is AB will be the height. So half x into x, base x into height x is 72. Therefore, x squared is 144, cross multiply. So x is equal to root of 144, that is 12 centimeter. So this side is 12, this side is 12. So now using Pythagoras theorem like we did in the previous sum, we have to find area of triangle, we have to find the perimeter. Using Pythagoras, first of all we will find AC. Once we find AC, then we add all the three sides and find the perimeter. So what is Pythagoras theorem? The side opposite the 90-degree angle, that side will be the longest side. So AC is also called the hypotenuse. See, you have hypotenuse and Pythagoras theorem only in right angle triangles. You cannot apply Pythagoras theorem to any other triangle. So Pythagoras theorem is applicable only to right angle triangles. So here you will have AC squared. Hypotenuse, the whole squared, is sum of the squares of the other two sides. So x squared plus x squared is AC squared. So x you have just found, 12 squared plus 12 squared is AC squared. So from that you will get 12 squared plus 12 squared is root 288, that is AC. AC squared is 288. So AC is root 288. So now 288 can be written as 144 into 2. So root 144 into root 2, root 144 is 12 and root 2 we have to find. So now in our books on page 216 to 221 you have got the square root tables given. So all the square root square tables are given in that page, and you will be given a booklet which has squares, square roots and even trigonometric ratios if required in your exams. Even in the board exam they give you that booklet because you are not expected to know the roots of all numbers. So obviously roots and squares of all numbers, since you are not expected to know, that table is provided, and even in our test we will be providing you. So root 2 is 1.414, but you remember root 2, root 3. It is commonly used. So root 3 is 1.732. So here I am going to use 12 into, instead of root 2, I have written 1.414. And from where did this appear? This you can check on page 216. on page 216 in your book, your square root of 2 is given on page 218. On page 218 of your book, you have square root of 2 given. You will have to look under 2.0 and under 0. So there you will get root of 2 is 1.414. So that is substituted. I did the multiplication. You are getting the answer as 16.968. Third decimal is more than 5. So I write it as 16.97 centimeter. So perimeter is AB plus BC plus AC. So 12 plus 12 plus 16.97. So 40.97 centimeter is the perimeter of the isosceles triangle. We will continue. We will see now sum number 5. So now in the next sum, they have given you that there is a right angle triangle. Now it is not mentioned it is isosceles. So they have just given you that there is a right angle triangle in which one of the sides is 2 centimeter more than the other. So one of the right angle sides, it is mentioned that the difference between the two perpendicular sides is 2. So if I take the smaller side as x, then the bigger side will be x plus 2. And it is clearly mentioned that the difference between the two perpendicular sides is 2. So if the smaller side is x, then the bigger side will be x plus 2. And it has to be the two perpendicular sides, not the hypotenuse. So in this case, AC is the hypotenuse. We are not considering the hypotenuse right now. We are considering the two perpendicular sides as x and x plus 2. So that will help us find the area also, which is already given as 24 centimeters squared. So half base BC into height AB is 24 centimeter squared. So half x plus 2 is 24. So x squared plus 2x is 48. So now you have to shift the 48 on the other side. So it will become minus 48 and this side there will be 0 left. So you are writing 0 is x squared plus 2x minus 48. So x squared plus 2x minus 48 is 0. Now this reminds you of factorization which we have done. It has been done in 9th, it has been done now again. In 8th also it was done, 9th also we did. So here what do? The middle term you have to split. And how do you split the middle term? You split the middle term into two parts, B1 and B2, such that when you add them, add the two numbers, you should get 2x. And when you multiply the two numbers, you should get this into this. Coefficient of x squared is 1. 1 into minus 48, C is minus 48. So 8x minus 6x will give you minus 48x squared. So this is splitting the middle term factorization method. So yes, factorization could be used not just to find some answers and get 3 marks in sums, but it is basically used here like this to get the values of x, the two possible values of x in any second degree equation or quadratic equation. So you pair the first two, take x common, the bracket would be x plus 8, minus 6 common, bracket would be x plus 8. So then x plus 8 is common in this, take x plus 8 common, the second bracket would be x minus 6. So this means x minus 6 is 0 or x plus 8 is 0. So if x minus 6 is 0, that means x is equal to 6. Or if x plus 8 is 0, that means x is equal to minus 8. So therefore you can't have side negative. What is x? X is a side. The side cannot be negative. So you will have to ignore the negative value and take only the positive value of x. So in this case x is 6, BC is 6. This AB will be x plus 2, that is 8. 6 plus 2, 8. So then by Pythagoras theorem, we have to find AC. AC the whole squared is AB the whole squared plus BC the whole squared. So AC squared will be 8 squared plus 6 squared. That is mentioned here. 8 squared plus 6 squared is AC squared. So 8 squared is 64 and 6 squared is 36. So under root of that will give you AC. AC squared it was in the previous step, so you need to take the root. So you get AC is root of 100, so AC is 10 centimeter. So AC is 10, this AB is 8 and BC is 6, so 8 plus 6 plus 10, 24 centimeter will be the perimeter of this triangle. Copy all this down in your notebooks, write all of it neatly, and of course we will continue with the next one. Question 6 on page 147. In this you are given that two sides of the triangle are 5x and 3x minus 1. We don't know what is x. So they have not given you directly what is x. They have not given you the side directly, but they have indirectly given that AB is 5x and BC is 3x minus 1. And you are given that the area of this triangle is 60 centimeters squared. So what we need to do is we have to use area half base into height and form a quadratic equation, that's a second order equation in x, and then we have to solve that equation, not just factorize. Like you did in the previous questions, you not only factorize using factorization splitting the middle term, but you will have to solve the equation and find what are the possible answers of x. So let's see, it is simple. 60 area of triangle ABC is half base BC into height AB. So it is half into 3x minus 1 into 5x. So when you cross multiply, 120 is 15x squared minus 5x. So you shift minus 120. So 120 on the other side becomes minus 20, 120, and write it as equal to 0. Now if you look at this, this is similar to what you did in factorization, splitting the middle terms. But it is easier to split middle terms once the numbers are made in basic form. See, if you got factorization sum, then you can't divide it. Then in that case, you are only given this much, factorize this. In that case, you cannot divide it by 5, the basic common factor. But now, since this is the answer for this sum, we are finding x, and therefore we have written this is equal to 0. So, in order to find the values of x, because it's a second degree equation, there will be two answers for x. And those two answers of x are called roots of the equation. Roots, R-O-O-T-S. Roots of the equation means solutions of x, the unknown. So, in order to find this, when you do a sum, if you are asked to find the value of x, since all these three are divisible by 5, we divide the entire equation by 5 first. So the equation becomes 0 is equal to 3x squared minus 1x, because we are dividing each term by 5, minus 24. So now you have to split this middle term into two parts. How will you split the middle term into two parts? Like you did in factorization. Same way. And what did you do in factorization? You split it into two parts in such a way that on addition you should get minus 1x, and on multiplication of the middle two terms which you have split into, you should get minus 24 into 3x squared. So you need minus 72x squared. So I can split it as minus 9x and 8x. Because when I do minus 9x and 8x, I will get, when you add it, you get minus 1x, that is the middle term. And when you multiply, you will get minus 72x squared, which is multiplication of a and c term. So this you have done it in factorization, but it is only by practice that you will get it. As soon as you look at it, it may not be very easy if you have not practiced it. But usually the numbers, if at all it comes in the board, will be simple numbers. And again, this is there in standard 10 also, because you have got an entire chapter of quadratic equation in standard 10. So you have even done quadratic in standard 8, and it is there in standard 10. So now first two terms you pair, third and fourth term you pair. First two terms, 3x is common, so x minus 3. plus 8 x minus 3. So x minus 3 is the common term, 3x plus 8, that is equal to 0. So either 3x plus 8 is 0 or x minus 3 is 0. So you will get x is minus 8 upon 3. But what is x? It is result, it's a ratio, it is one of the sides, means x is a multiple of the sides. So x cannot be negative because x is a length. So you will have to ignore this minus 8 by 3 value and you will consider only x is equal to 3. So because x is equal to 3, we will get side AB as 5 into 3, that is 15 centimeter, and BC will be 3 into 3 minus 1, that is 9 minus 1, or 8 centimeter. So in triangle ABC by Pythagoras theorem, you will get AC is equal to root of 255 or 15 squared plus 8 squared. This is 15 and this is 8. So 15 squared plus 8 squared is hypotenuse the whole squared. Same Pythagoras theorem which you have used in the last two sums also. So 15 squared is 225 and 8 squared is 64. So when that adds up, it gives you 289 and root of 289 is 17. That's the length of the hypotenuse. Obviously, hypotenuse will be bigger than any of the two perpendicular sides. Hypotenuse is the largest side of a right angle triangle. So in this case, perimeter is not asked, so don't find. You are only asked the three sides of the triangle: 15, 8 centimeter and 17 centimeter. Don't forget to write the unit, that is centimeter, for each of them. The seventh sum is a very important sum because it uses the logic of isosceles triangle, everything which is there for your portion, but there is no splitting of quadratic and factorization. Generally simple sums like this come and mostly you won't be asked that splitting and finding two values of x like the previous sum. So this sum, 7th sum, is very important and is likely to be asked even in school or in class test. So now here you are given the equal sides of an isosceles triangle is 2 centimeter more than the height. So firstly we draw an isosceles triangle ABC in which AB and AC are equal, and that is the isosceles equal sides of isosceles triangle, and BC is the base 12 centimeter. We draw the height AD and AD is perpendicular to the base BC and AD is x. So you know AD is x. So the two equal sides are x plus 2, x plus 2. So now AD is x and AB and AC is x plus 2. You know the property that from the vertex the perpendicular to the base of an isosceles triangle will bisect the base. So that reason has to be mentioned, and it is compulsory that you have to mention the reason before you write BD is half of BC. So BD is half of 12. So BD is 6 centimeter. So in the triangle ABD, you have AD is x, BD is 6, and AB is x plus 2. So because it's right angle triangle, we are using Pythagoras theorem. As per Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse the whole squared, that is x plus 2 the whole squared, will be x squared, that is AD squared, plus 6 squared, that is BD squared. Now here, expansion of a plus b the whole squared, x squared plus 4x plus 4. It is a plus b the whole squared is a squared plus b squared. 2ab term you should not ignore. So that is x squared plus 4x plus 4. That is x squared plus 36. So you can cancel out x squared. So you get 4x is 32 or x is 8. So height, you have just found height is x, that is 8 centimeter. And base is already given, it is 12. So half into 12 into 8. So it is 12 into 4 or 48 centimeters squared. That is the area of triangle ABC. So this was asked. 8th sum. Another simple sum. It is important even though splitting is there. Here you are given two sides of the right angle triangle they differ by 3 centimeter. That means when they are telling you sides of right angle triangle, they mean perpendicular sides. Obviously, if it is hypotenuse, they will specify that it is hypotenuse. In a right angle triangle, when they say the two sides differ by 3 centimeter, it means if you are taking this perpendicular side as x, this perpendicular side can be taken as x plus 3 or even x minus 3. But I prefer to take it as plus, so I will take it as x plus 3. So area of this triangle is given 54. It is half into base into height, so half x into x plus 3. So when you cross multiply, 108 is x squared plus 3x. So you shift the 108 on the other side. So it will become x squared plus 3x minus 108 is 0. Now this is just not factorization alone. This is solving and finding the two answers for x, out of which one answer will mostly be negative, the other answer will be the correct answer. So here you have 3x, this 3x you have to split in such a manner that on multiplication you get the answer as 108. So you will have to split it as 12x and 9x. When you add the two, the answer will be 3x, 12x plus minus 9x is 3x. And when you multiply the two, it will be minus 108 into x squared. So this gives you minus 108 x squared. So now in this case, you have split it this way. See, I told you your multiplication, your tables should be quite strong so that you are able to get the answer of A into C. So x plus 12, first two terms you have paired, and the third and the fourth term you have paired. So x plus 12 minus 9 x plus 12 is 0. So that means x plus 12 is 0 or x minus 9 is 0. So x is equal to 9 or x is equal to minus 12. Now length, when you take a length, it cannot be negative, so we have to ignore the negative value. So that means x is 9, so this BC is x or 9 and AB is x plus 3, that is 12 centimeter. So once you found two sides, you need to find the hypotenuse by using Pythagoras theorem. So AC squared is 12 squared plus 9 squared, 9 squared and 12 squared. So that will give you AC as root of 225 or 15 centimeter. So the perimeter is the sum of all the three sides, that is 9 plus 12 plus 15. So it is 36 centimeter. So that's how you do question number 8. Mark this as important. In the 9th question, you are asked the area of the shaded region. So obviously it is area of the big triangle minus area of the small triangle. Now the big triangle, half into base is already given 8, into height. So you need to find the height, which you can easily do. You know that AB and AC are equal, both are 12 centimeter, base is 8. So the perpendicular AD from the vertex of isosceles triangle will bisect the base. So BD and BC will both be 4 centimeter. You already learned that. And then you can find AD by Pythagoras theorem. You will get AD squared plus 4 squared is 12 squared. So you will get AD squared plus 16 is 144. So that way you can find AD. AD will be found using Pythagoras theorem in triangle ABD. So once you find AD, you can find the area of the big triangle ABC, half into 8 into length of AD. So that will give you the area of the big triangle. You already know half, base, and you can find AD by Pythagoras theorem. After that, you have been given, you have to find the area of the small triangle BOC, because you will have to, from the big triangle, remove the small triangle, that gives you the shaded region. So for area of triangle BOC, you are already given angle BOC is 90. Since this angle BOC is 90 degree, Therefore, area of triangle BOC will be half into OB into OC. And now first of all, by congruency, you can see that BD is equal to DC. These two angles are 90 degree and OD is common side. So therefore OB will be equal to OC, you will have to prove. So both of them are X. We can take both of them are X because it is CPCTC. That means half X into X will give you area of this triangle BOC. So I have shown the steps here. First you have been given that BD is equal to DC, that you have to write the reason and show each part is 4. Then I have shown that this triangle BOD and COD are congruent. So by S test, the two triangles are congruent. So therefore OB is equal to OC is equal to X, CPCTC. Then we have taken the big triangle, that is BD's ABD, and used Pythagoras theorem and written 12 squared is 4 squared plus AD squared. So you will get AD is root of 128, which you can write it as 64 into 2 is 128. So root 64 is 8 and 2 remains under the root. I have not found the answer for that because that is not asked. We found AD because we want area of triangle ABC. So now you have area of triangle BOC, half OB into OC. So half into X because you just proved OB is equal to OC is equal to X by CPCTC. So area of this triangle, small triangle, is X squared upon 2. So now in this triangle, we know the hypotenuse, the side opposite to 90 degree angle is BC, that is 8 squared. So you have OB squared plus OC squared is BC squared. Pythagoras theorem in triangle OBC. So X squared plus X squared, you have already written that as X. X squared plus X squared is 8 squared, or 2x squared when you add it is 64. So X squared is 32. Why did you find X squared? Not because you want to find X, but because you want to find area of triangle BOC. The small triangle BOC which you have to remove from the big triangle. So area of triangle BOC will be 32. X squared is 32 upon 2. So that will be 16 centimeters squared. That I have highlighted because I have to minus that from the area of the big triangle. That is written as equation number 4. Equation number 4 is area of triangle BOC is 16 centimeters squared. Then the big triangle ABC. The big triangle ABC is half base into height. So your base AB is 8 and height AD you have already found by Pythagoras theorem 8 root 2. So that is written here, height 8 root 2. So 4 into 8 root 2 is 32 root 2. So 32 into root 2, I told you that behind in your book there is square root table, and anyway even without the square root table, if it comes in your unit test in school, they may not give you a square root table. So you are supposed to know root 2 is 1.414, root 3 is 1.732, those values you are supposed to know. So using that, multiplying, you get the answer as 45.25. That is area of triangle ABC. So what is the shaded region? This triangle shaded region is the big triangle minus the small triangle BOC. So big triangle ABC is 45.25 and small triangle is 16. So 45.25 minus 16, that is 29.25 centimeters squared, since it is area. That is area of the shaded region. So please write that down. Copy this all in your notebook. This is a lengthy sum. Generally in the board exams, that is in the February exam, such sums are not asked, in which there is congruency, then there is Pythagoras, and you have to use area theorem. So, but you never know, in your school exam it could be asked. Now the tenth sum is very easy and important also. The tenth sum is important. It is given that to plow an entire field, the total cost is 9,600 rupees. But the cost per meter squared is also mentioned. It is 20 rupees per meter squared. So therefore, that means that the area of the field is total cost upon cost per meter squared. So you will get 9,600 upon 20. 480 meters squared is the total area of the field. Now out of that 480 meters squared that you have got, you know that let the height be x. So the base is 2.4 times the height, so base is 2.4x. So x is the unknown, so area is half base into height, so half 2.4 into x. So x squared is, then you have to cross multiply, 480 into 2 becomes 960 upon 2.4 and x squared. So when you do this, you add a 0 and shift the decimal. It becomes 9,600 upon 24, which is 400. So x is root of 400, that is 20. 20 meter is the height. Therefore base is 2.4 times 20. So base will be 2.4 into 20, that is 48 meter. It should be 48 meter. The base is 48 meter. So you will get the base of the field is 48 meter and the height is 20. That is question number 10, which was the last classwork sum. Now you have homework. You have a week to do it. So there are 10 sums in the first part on page 147 and 148 of your Anish tutorial book. Most of them are very easy. I have given a hint for the few. Like question 7 of homework, you refer 6th classwork sum. Question 8 of homework, see it's given, whatever is given, I have given you the hints there. By using this, and when an equilateral triangle is specified, you can use the equilateral triangle formula. That is root 3 upon 4 side squared. And same way you can solve sum number 8. You try this. Then question number 9, again I have given you hint that for triangle ABD you have to use Heron's formula because all the 3 sides are known. So that can be used to find that. No one has told you that 2 sides are perpendicular in ABD, so don't assume what is not given. Then in triangle BDC you know the BC and BD. So you can use then half product of the 2 perpendicular sides and then add the 2 areas to get the total area of the figure. And same way perimeter of a quadrilateral is sum of all the 4 sides. And the last homework sum is identical to this sum which you have just solved. So that finishes the first part, that is triangles in perimeter and area. Next time, once we discuss few of these sums, we will do the classwork sums of the second part of the chapter, that is for quadrilaterals. We will see the formula for quadrilaterals. Bye students, stay safe.